Look around. E-waste is everywhere, and budget 3D scanners are one of the worst offenders, piling up as useless junk after failing to deliver year after year. But the Revopoint Inspire 2 is an anomaly. For around $450, it packs features and performance that would have been exclusive to higher-end scanners 2 years ago. This isn't another throwaway. It's the first budget scanner I've used that might be worth owning. So, what sets the Inspire 2 apart from every other scanner in its class? One word: lasers. Not the visible kind, but 11 parallel infrared laser lines. Dark objects? They're a black hole to regular structured light, but the Inspire 2's laser mode sees them like daylight. Shiny metallic surfaces are also fair game. These laser beams peer through reflections and pull out details you'd swear needed expensive scanning spray to see. And because it's laser, you're getting sharper edges and denser point clouds, details that, until recently, lived exclusively in devices $1,000 and up. Currently, the Inspire 2 is the only budget scanner on the market that I'm aware of that even has a parallel line laser mode, and this is exactly what the otherwise boring budget market segment needed. Alright, let's see what $450 actually gets you. Here's everything. The Inspire 2 itself, a mini tripod, powered turntable, 2 ND filters for bright sunlight, USB-C data cable, reflective markers, and a calibration board. That's it. No fluff, no filler. So what about the specs? 2 modes: infrared multi-line laser and infrared structured light. 2 tools in one for high versatility. The Inspire 2 offers a single frame accuracy of 0.05 millimeters. With a fused point distance of up to 0.1 millimeter, it'll create dense and detailed meshes, while offering a generous scanning volume range as small as 20 millimeters cubed to as large as 2 meters cubed. So in other words, you can scan an object smaller than a lens cap and larger than a refrigerator. The Inspire 2 also features full color capture, useful for creating assets for video games and virtual spaces. Lastly, you get the ability for outdoor scanning when using the included ND filters at up to 20,000 lux, which is about the brightness of an average sunny day. The Inspire 2 is a solid tool, but how can I, as a maker, utilize it in a way that resonates with me? I guess I should brainstorm and come up with some ideas for an interesting video project. Though in doing so, I find myself stuck in idea paralysis. No real concepts. My mind is muted. I think I need to get out of my head. Maybe I'll dig up some old video game classics to unwind. To my shock, I pull out a stack of dusty GamePro and Xbox magazines. It's an instant time machine. I'm back in my college dorm, my TV humming with Gran Turismo on screen, and Halo LAN parties till 4 in the morning. That's the spark I needed. I build dioramas in my spare time, every detail scratch-made, or I buy the complex models to print that I can't justify the time for or lack the skill to make. But the Inspire 2 changes that. Now, I can scan real-world objects in minutes, dropping my own 3D scanned prints into my scenes, saving time, cash, and the headache of outsourcing. Here's the relic we're going to recreate, my college dresser/entertainment center from 2003. My PS2 was pure magic. It was an impressive piece of tech back then with some amazing games. My friends and I were glued to the screen till sunrise. My Jurassic Park T-Rex, I saw the original movie 4 times in theaters. I was obsessed. I was an avid video game magazine reader back then. I remember being so hyped reading this issue about Halo 2. It was off the charts. While my friends were addicted to Mountain Dew, I was more of a Pepsi drinker, though it wasn't easy finding a period-appropriate can. I remember always wanting a Dodge Viper, but it was a college dream on a ramen budget. My good old hybrid player. I had an extensive VHS collection that I didn't want to abandon. After all, DVD was still relatively new back then. My 13-inch CRT was small and portable, great for Halo LAN parties. And yeah, my roommate never saw Jurassic Park, which was a crime, so movie night. Alright, let's begin. At nearly 1.5 meters tall, the dresser is no small feat to scan. Most budget scanners would stumble over its size, and its black surface would normally demand scanning spray. The Inspire 2, however, was built for this. With the mobile kit attached, the Inspire 2 becomes fully portable. The battery doubles as a handle, the tripod mount holds your phone, and no PC tether is needed. Just pair your phone and you're set. A quick disclaimer, laser mode does demand a wireless PC connection for processing, but it does stream to your phone's display. Structured light mode, however, keeps all things self-contained on the phone itself. For now, let's drift into the rhythm of the process. No words, just the quiet art of scanning. I lost power. Well, let's take this outside. Okay, I'm done. Let's turn all of these point clouds into meshes. There's something almost magical watching your scans merge into a single model. I find that Revopoint's software is pretty solid. There's no steep learning curve, just intuitive tools that get out of your way. Though if I had to nitpick, I wish there were a few more tools to directly edit meshes, but all in all, it gets the job done. Whether you're patching tracker holes or covering spots missed during scanning, you can fill them in with just a few clicks, almost like applying digital spackle. I've noticed that laser scan mode can sometimes capture too much surface detail, as if it's overly sensitive, which can turn otherwise smooth surfaces a bit rough. Adjusting the laser intensity in the app usually helps, but when that isn't enough, it's reassuring to know you can always refine and smooth the surfaces afterward in post with the included tools. And here's an interesting tidbit. On PC, the Inspire 2 does not connect to the same software as the Inspire 1. I had assumed that it would, but it actually uses the same software suite as its bigger siblings, the Metro X and Y, which are more professional-grade scanners that use blue lasers. Now let's get these printed out. Time is tight, and my deadline fast approaching, so I'm running 3 printers in parallel and in draft quality across the board. The overall surface finish will take a hit, and there will be some detail loss, which I acknowledge doesn't present the scans in the absolute best light. However, for the purposes of this video, speed is the priority. Getting it done in time matters more than showroom perfection. With that said, I think the prints are still coming out pretty good, and will certainly be serviceable for this project. It looks like all the prints are done. Now it's time to clean them, process them, and get them ready for final assembly. I first got into 3D printing and 3D scanning about 10 years ago. I remember owning a MakerBot Replicator Mini and a big, clunky MakerBot digitizer. They were slow, limited, and stupidly expensive. But the first time I watched a scan turn into a real object, something clicked. The future had arrived, even if it was barely working. Fast forward to now. The machines are faster, smarter, and actually reliable. Scanners like the Inspire 2 deliver detail and ease that would have felt like science fiction back then. What used to be a pie-in-the-sky fantasy is now sitting in my hands for $450. This isn't just progress, this is the dream waking up. Painting miniatures is definitely not my strong suit, and I still have much to learn, but that's half the fun, in my opinion. The only way you get better at anything is to keep doing it. And in my case, that's to keep picking up the brush, to keep picking up the camera, and to keep doing what I'm passionate about. Just adding in the final details before we start putting it all together. The finish line's in sight. Let's sit back for a second, breathe it in, and just enjoy the process of making something real. After spending a month with the Inspire 2, here's the honest verdict. This is the first budget scanner I've ever owned that I trust to get the job done. From the perspective of a $450 device, my experience has been quite positive. But it's not perfect. Tracking can hiccup, frame rates occasionally dip, and tiny intricate scan details can be a little soft. Jewelry level work is definitely not where this scanner shines. It's best suited for medium-sized objects, like a game controller or headphones, to something the size of a mini fridge. Of course, as demonstrated in the video, you can scan smaller and bigger objects, but that's the range that I think the scanner is most comfortable operating at. So manage your expectations, and you'll be fine. But for the price, nothing else touches it. No other sub-$500 scanner hands you real infrared laser lines, structured light color scanning, outdoor capability, and this level of detail all in one small package. If you're new to 3D scanning, this is the best on-ramp out there. It's forgiving, quick to recover, and stupidly capable. In my opinion, this scanner is the perfect tool for hobbyists that want to take real-world objects and make miniatures out of them. I also think it would be a worthwhile tool to small indie game developers for creating in-game color assets that might not be readily available to purchase online. So who is this not for? Well, if you're an engineer that needs 20-micron accuracy for machine parts, or if you're a jeweler that wants the most detailed scans possible, you'll need to look higher. Though for everyone else, the Inspire 2 just redefined what a budget scanner is capable of. 10 years ago, this performance lived in 5-figure machines and needed highly trained technicians. Today, it costs less than a decent graphics card and fits in your pocket. That fact just blows my mind. So yeah, I think I'm keeping this one.